everybody. Just taking a moment to change the energy. Can I follow that chant? Okay. Here today to talk about the chakras. I think everybody probably knows something about the chakras. I have a fabulous chart here, charting them all out, which I was going to get enlarged, but that kind of didn't happen because we've had a very busy week. But it just outlines basically, you know, the 7 chakras. It comes from Hinduism, from the Eastern tradition, and they believe that that the energies are in 7 chakras, 7 wheels throughout the body. Other modalities believe that there's 10, but anyway, I'm only going to go into the 7. Each chakra relates specifically to a different part of the body. I mean, it's as specific as in medicine, as in the actual physical body that we can feel. But each chakra doesn't relate alone. It's kind of a system that they're all together. I mean, just say that you have a problem with your pancreas. Pancreas is 3rd chakra. Pancreas is related to, well, they think to power. If you have, say, pancreatic cancer, diabetes or whatever, you will look at the kind of the power issues in one's life or responsibilities. You know, it could be either somebody who takes maybe huge responsibility, you know, they feel that they have responsibility for the whole world, or no responsibility. But that will also relate up further to other chakras. It's not simply that, okay, you know, you've got a problem with the heart. You can't just look at the 4th chakra and say it's heart. Because, okay, just say somebody is broken up with a relationship or something and they're devastated, they're heartbroken. That will affect the 2nd chakra, but it will also then affect the 4th. So both will be together. You know, it's not simply, you can't just treat one chakra, they relate to each other. The whole thing ties in. In preparing the talk today, I didn't have a huge amount of time, but I looked up this lady, and her name is Caroline Mice, and she had a very good. Have you heard of her? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. She's amazing.
Yeah, and name, sorry, Caroline Mice.
Caroline Mice, M-Y-S-S.
Yeah, and she had a lovely analogy, I thought, to the chakras, which Rob will relate to. She related the body to a bank and said, okay, if the energy comes in your head, okay, and you give out your energy to various different things during the day, to people, to things, to time, and you have to look at, you're giving out all this energy, and that's your investment, but you'll always get a return. And if you don't put your investment well, your return won't be well. So you've put this out into perhaps negative issues or day-to-day stresses or whatever, and then the return that you get, there's no energy left there. So that's going to take the energy from your actual cells to feed that itself. She kind of said, I was actually hoping to show her on the video, but anyway, that didn't work. She said that, you know, have you ever seen anybody age overnight or age with a huge stress? Within like a month or two they're gone. It's because they've given this out. Given it out, and it's too much. And then when the return comes back, it just takes literally the life out of the cells. Unbelievable. So that's kind of a bit of, well, the history of it, and I'm not going to go through, okay, you know, well, perhaps I will. Muladhara, that's the base chakra, it's survival. Then Swadhisthana, they say relationships, you know, and this is, like you say, relationships. You can go into like 10 other facets. I mean, I could talk for 10 minutes on each of them, but I won't have time. Manipur here is the solar plexus, again, as I was saying about the, you know, with the adrenals and the pancreas and stress. Now, most of the negative energies that come in will land here, but they will affect the upper ones as well. Then we have the heart one, and the heart speaks for itself, really. And then Vishuddhi, the blue one here, the throat chakra, it's the holder of grief, and it's also the communications and the expressions and how we relate to people and what we say, and then your connection to spirit and your higher one. So I suppose that's just a quick little history of it. Now what I do in my work is, if somebody comes into me, I use both shamanism and reflexology and Reiki and kind of all the modems that I'm trained in to clear a chakra. I do it through the rattle, with the pendulum, which is a lovely new little tool that I'm using at the moment, and I hope to demonstrate it in a moment on Pilar. And also with sound. I have this fabulous sound system. Hold on, here we go. Hope this will go. I'm actually going to put it on, you see. It's Andy Goleman and Jonathan Goleman, and each sound vibrates to the sound in the chakras. So this now, for example, is the crown chakra. And I will treat the crown chakra while this is playing, so that the person will be treated on the physical level, as well as trying to move on the energies. So I do a demonstration.
Yeah.
Come on. I hope I'll be keyed in enough to do it here, you know, because normally I do a little bit, you know.
May I just say that Ove has been to see Liz today. That's why he's not here, because he can't move. No, he's here. No, but he was so impressed by you, Liz. He comes home and he's like, I can't believe she hardly touched me, and it feels like somebody bashed me with a bat-ball base in the back.
You're not giving very good recommendations.
You know, the heart in it, because he's going through a lot with his mom and everything at the moment. So he's, he's so impressed by your work. And it's not because of that he's not here. He's just he's sad, you know. So.
They did a lot of deep work, you know, and it was because he was very ready, and hence I was going to do all this prep work, and I thought, I really can't, I went to sleep. So if somebody comes to see me first, what I usually do is rattle them in with the rattle, and this is the shamanic rattle, and it's just bringing the energies in. Now, I can also use this as a diagnostic tool, because it looks like I'm rattling it, but I'm not really. Sometimes that can get much, you hear this, or you hear that. Not really controlling it, you know, it's just to get into the person's energy. That's stopping there for no reason. I'm not consciously stopping that there. Just to check how the crown chakra is vibrating. I'll go down to the throat. Fine.
See that? Yeah. Very, very little energy getting down there and going slightly the wrong way. So then I used to normally do that with my hands before I kind of discovered this little yoke, which is brilliant. So then I know the two areas to treat. Now that's still on the, when I've moved that down now to where are we, the navel? Yeah, because it's a different vibration. Sometimes an energy will be stuck in here which will need to be removed. I'm not going to do that here in front of everybody or whatever, so we're just going to do the basics. Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't going to go into it. But normally when I'm going down, I do each chakra and do the cleaning out of each one and move them around, you know, but obviously for demonstration purposes. Bingo.
Went up the ears. Huh?
Yeah?
Yeah. Out. You know? It's amazing, this.
It's going, but not. Well, it is. So now they're all going in the right direction. So what I would probably do is just a bit of healing afterwards or whatever, or work on the feet or various places that needs working. So that's your chakra clearing.
Right.
How did you feel?
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things are happening, you know, when
Yeah.
she's doing that. Yeah. You feel things moving and sucking, you know, like it's sucked like a vacuum. You feel that. And when she was doing that, the last thing, because I have a big blockage in my stomach and I know that I have problems always. It was like something coming. She was scaring that thing out of me. And it was like
First back
so yes, to the ears. We're having this big energy, like you are getting like some vibration or something that they are just get like that, you know. It's going.
So Liz, is there any way that we can kind of check our own, or we need to go, you know, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, we have a group
No, because
discount.
I'm a practical person, person, I just want to know, can we, like we did with meditation, we want to clear our head and
Absolutely.
everything, but
I mean, there's a chart here, and I actually again found this today, and it must be 20 years old. This invocations for the chakras, and how to, you know, invoke and go into each one, and just what to say to clear them out. Now, you will laugh that I didn't intend really talking about this, but I threw it in. Yoga. It is amazing. It's to clear past incarnations. This is yoga to sound.
yeah.
Okay, it's been brought in by Almin, and I have the music to it, and it takes, I think, about 45 minutes to go through the whole thing. But there's, you know, special stretches to do in relation to special sounds in relation to the chakras. It's interesting. But I mean, there's also things, you know, most people would just say, okay, listen to this music because it's going to clear you, which it is going to clear you. Do the invocations. Live a good life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically that. And listening to Caroline Maestre, that was funny, one of her points was, you know, it was really, again, change your thoughts, change your life. If you give the energy to this thought, are you going to invest in it? What's your return? That was amazing, you know, it's all tied in, really.
But in relation to that, there is a chakra meditation that you can do, concentrating on the colors and
Yeah.
on the points. And we obviously do meditation, so if you don't have any other means, just finding that sort of kind of meditation on the chakras, where you go inwardly and you visualize the color and the area in particular of each of them, that should help balancing them anyway.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You know, so probably something that all of us here are capable of doing as well. Just there's a routine.
We did it with Shirley MacLaine video.
Exactly. So something like this.
But
It's on YouTube.
I did already meditation, and that is fine. But I think we have now we are not able to manage all the energy that is inside us. And when I was doing this, because Liz was doing this to me before, and that's the reason she chose me now.
Well, of course.
And you can see things are moving inside, things are happening. It's physical movement and vibrations that come out of your body, and there's no way you can feel that. I've never experienced that, and I have very good concentration and everything, and when she does that things, she is able to manage the energy, you know?
No, but I wasn't saying that to diminish. Quite to the
No,
contrary.
I agree with you.
I think it's absolutely incredible, but it's just Kamala asking that. I mean, I do Reiki, and I do my chakras with the Reiki as well in the mornings and things like this. And even then, you know, I'm sure that having this with you on a regular basis would be incredible. But just to keep them going as well. And obviously, if you've got a specific problem and you're quite, then I
No, but
agree.
this is to get aware what's inside your body, because I was not aware. You feel everything is very quiet, always still, and you know, it's your physical body
Top
you are
down.
used to. And it's only when you go there and someone that can manage that energy, you feel it. For the first time ever, I felt it. I didn't know.
And
It was
I found
possible.
really interesting what you said as well about the pancreas, because my daughter actually became diabetic type 1 overnight, just like this. Her pancreas just stopped when there was no other cases in my family of diabetes type 1. Normally is when it's inherited through the family, and it wasn't. My ex-husband was very ill in hospital, and with the shock of her you know, I had to tell her that most likely he would die, which he didn't, but at the time the doctors, and with that shock and stressed overnight, she was only 15 and she became diabetic type 1 overnight.
Yeah.
So that's how, exactly,
Yeah.
that is how, you know.
You know, and if you go into every illness on some level of some chakra, an awful lot of people believe in the healing, and I suppose it is true that in, you know, those sheets that we did, that you can actually stop illness before it gets to your body. That it's there for you, but it hasn't actually gone into the physical yet.
Yeah, like you said, stress can relate to this particular area, and stress is what can cause you to become diabetic
Yeah.
overnight or other things.
But Liz, would you recommend though, because I'm with all this experience today, I feel, am I walking around with stuff that I don't know that I have that I
Don't
need to
panic.
fix?
Don't.
No, not panic. I'm asking. I'm
is
asking. No, because I'm not so. I haven't got a lot of knowledge around it. I know it's there, and Eleni teaches about chakras and everything. But I've never heard, what Ola experienced today, and I thought, oof.
Maybe
that was pretty
she
strong.
can do it on you now, so we can
No, we're not doing that.
But isn't it something that I suppose that comes out in your body? Like, for instance, I have a child in my class and he's really uptight and quite stressed at home, and he's only 5, but he brings it out at school, and his whole body is covered with eczema.
Yeah,
And,
that's anger. Irritation.
Okay, people say it's related to the diet or whatever, but it's also because he's just so stressed.
Yeah.
He battles a lot when he comes out, when he's at school and also at home with his parents, and there's always arguing. He'll always fight with his father and whatever.
My
So you
memory
can
is always, when my husband goes away for work, he goes away 5 or 6 times a year. I can guarantee the day after he leaves, she gets red here, and the eczema will flare up within 2 days.
Yes.
Every time he goes.
Yeah.
And with me, when my
Yeah.
dad comes.
So
It's a blockage. Yeah.
Oh.
My youngest was the same with asthma. Every time I went back to work, within
Yeah.
2 days he was in hospital. It was like,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Until my husband said to him one day, just stop it. And he was
Yeah.
about 3, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you can't speak to him like that. But he stopped. So that's
I
it.
did do a whole workshop around this.
Yes,
actually.
yes, thank you. Sharp.
Shamanism, yeah. Yeah.
And
Reflexology.
reflexology, okay.
And
you-
this is like Belvas Patha healing that they've brought through this modem of yoga in relation to that. Now, I really need to go back and just do it. I haven't done it for ages, But I just picked it up when I was picking out all the bits tonight.
And you do
sorry, is this something for children as well, or not?
It's for anybody.
They got
But I mean-
chakras as well,
Huh? I'm just the fact that you have to lie out like that to expect her. My 5-year-old, my Joan said that she's had.
No, you don't have to lie out. It's like saying you don't have to sit down when you meditate. I mean, hello.
Okay.
Everything is versatile and flexible. And
But doing something like that, would that possibly prevent the eczema coming?
it's hard to say. I mean,
But it's
you
worth
can't predict illness. You can't predict healing. You can put it out there, but you can't say what result you're going to have. There's just so many things around healing. There's so many attachments. There's so many everything. You can't say I'm going to cure you. How the hell do I know? I'll just put it out there, and your body heals itself.
But it will sure have an effect.
You're moving,
you're shifting energy, and I'm sure it will have a positive effect and help in the process.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Certainly worth
Yeah.
trying.
So what mantras have you got over there? Is it?
That's actually a CD by this Jonathan Goldman, and it goes right through. It's available on Amazon or something, but I've had it for years. And
what is it called?
it's called Harmonizer, I think. Yeah, Harmonizer.
I think it's
Tantra,
on
sound
YouTube,
Yeah,
so you can just download it off YouTube.
I got it.
Piracy.
Yeah, I think we've done it, yeah. We've got one of us called On.
Yeah, I have that as well.
Oh, I've
somewhere
seen
in
that one.
storage
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Especially if you've got Firefox and you've got downloaded, you just download them off YouTube.
I'll do that then.
Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you.